What's up, guys? Quick video here. It's kind of a tool and truck thing. Everything you see open, I had to get into today. Thank God, I'm telling you guys, have a lot of sockets. I mean, it seems excessive at times, but anybody working on anything will tell you that having the right tool for the job is a necessity. And I could not be more blessed and more happy that I've got what I got. So I was in and out of that drawer today. The Cornwell extensions, man, I'm telling you guys, if you don't have this set, you need to pick up this set. There's your part number right there. That set's freaking awesome. The locking extension set, come in clutch each and every time I use it. You can see how many I've got out. I got the long 3/8, the short 3/8, the long quarter. I don't even know what a quarter is at. I got to find that. It's somewhere in the shop. Let me see what else was we running through today. The top of the box here is a mess. I mean, I got motorcycle projects. I'm trying to wire for motorcycles so we can have a USB on it. Trying to get that done. I have not got a chance to use these OLSA tools, universal sockets yet. I'm going to try them out hopefully tomorrow. I was able to score from an auction this color spec book, like a Pantone book. So hopefully, I know it's a different year to my truck, but hopefully, like that color right there, you guys can see, well, maybe you can see it, that one there. Hopefully we'll be able to use that, get some colors made up. The 1/2-inch drive, I have to get some rusted bolts off so I can get some ground straps done. This Olamo or whatever the brand is, I can't pronounce it correctly. But this is a really good gun for, you get 2 5-amp batteries, the gun and the charger for, I think, $179. So check this out, guys. I think it's on Amazon. There's a video out there I did with the link and all that stuff in the description. This gun is good. 800 foot-pound breakaway torque. It ain't bad, dude. For the price and the power, it has not let me down yet. So the 4.3, I was trying to find, I got a shop light somewhere that's missing. I cannot find it. I will not show you guys my shop because it is a complete mess right now. But what is my dog barking at? Hang on, guys. Holland! Chill out, dude. Sorry, guys. Got the engine wired up. We got the Painless performance kit. Thank God for a manual. Thank God they wrote it in language we can understand. But here's the Painless kit. $649 before taxes, $678 after taxes, something to that effect. Check out Painless Performance. If you're doing any type of engine swap, this is the company to go with, in my opinion. And the reason why I say that is because really good instructions. Everything's labeled, everything's color-coded, so it makes the job really easy. Even for a novice like myself, not having never installed a kit like this before, it really made the job palatable. It wasn't easy, and it still ain't easy because we ain't done yet. We still got more work to do. But we've got the engine stuff wired in. Everything's crazy looking right now. You can see the wiring. My light's dead, so you really can't see as well as I wish you could. But I've got all the wiring. I've got to run looms and all that kind of stuff. I got a battery sitting in here. Only reason why we're not bump starting this thing today is because I had 2 starter bolts and I thought they would fit because the 5.7 engine over there that we have, I thought they would work on the 4.3 V8 and they don't. So this is the baby LT1. The 5.7 is the official LT1. This is a smaller version of an LT1, same V8. I tried my best to get them to fit. They don't fit. So I've got to get new bolts and then we will be bump starting this engine tomorrow. My buddy Herb over at Amateur Hour Restorations helped me figure out the fuel pump scenario. We wanted to test the fuel pump. Got the power probe out, hooked up the battery, tested the fuel pump. Everything works. Push fuel all the way to the front of the truck. So we know that that's good to go. We're going to test out some gauges tomorrow to see if we're going to utilize the original gauges or if we're going to have to go to something new. I don't really know yet. Got the wiring tucked underneath the dash. All that stuff is now tucked and in its place for the most part. I think it may change a little bit. We do have to make some brackets and stuff like that to kind of hold the ECU up in the dash. Instead of having the ECU underneath the hood. We've got it internal to the vehicle. That way it stays safe. It's not exposed to moisture, etc., etc. All the wiring for all the controls and all that kind of stuff is strung up over here, because that way I know what it is. We have to wire in the transmission. We've got the lines ran to the transmission, but they're not fully wired in yet, because we're gonna have to pull the transmission out anyway to get it all buttoned up and all the bolts in, all that kind of stuff. So we've got you can see all the paper and all that kind of stuff in. We're putting in the sound deadening. That's going in. We've got the majority of the front of the truck done. We don't have the driver's side done yet, but that'll be maybe tomorrow. And then we have to do the back of the cab. We're probably going to take the matting up to, I don't really know yet. We're going to take it up a little bit above the floor. Maybe not quite the entire length, but we're going to bring it up a little bit. I'm concerned that there may be some noise, road noise, that we may get. Let me see what else here. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that was a big job today. It was I worked on it all day. The kit requires that much focus. It's not like you just plug it in and go. You need to splice wiring, hook up wiring, run wiring. We just got the wiring figured out for the fuel pump, so this needs to be ran to the back of the truck so we can utilize the S10 fuel pump and tank. So I got to route that all the way underneath the truck tomorrow, get the starter hooked up. I've got the ground straps. I got the negative, the positives, all that kind of stuff ready to go. Everything else is hooked up on the front of the engine. So we don't have fuel lines run into it yet. We just want to bump start it to see if it will turn over like it should. This engine set for, I got to get oil. That's something we don't have. I got to go buy oil because we don't have oil in the engine. So got to get that. Make sure that you guys remind me not to forget the oil. Yeah, and then, so that's it. I mean, that's pretty much my day. I mean, we worked on this thing, like I said, from about noon till whatever time it is now, 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Made a lot of progress. We've got the bed of the truck welded into the frame of the chassis. So that's all set and done. We're gonna clean out all this stuff once we get everything wired to the fuel tank so that we can start putting our wood down, get our wood deck figured out. We're just gonna loosely lay it in there. We're not gonna permanently affix anything because I don't know how I want it to open up. Most people have it open up front to back. I may have it pivot on the side or something like that. I really don't know yet. That's something my brother Mike wanted to do, so that maybe we'll leave that project for him. You can see how dusty the truck is. Everything's been buffed and waxed, but there's just so much dust in the shop that it'd be nice to clean it one day. Still got to do some body work on the truck, kind of blend in some of the paints to kind of finish getting that patina look. We've got this fender done over here. We used our chemical, we rusted out the fender, give it that look to kind of match the rest of the truck. So that's all set and done. We need to get springs for the hood so I can take this stupid hood prop down. So maybe I'll try to go to the hardware store tomorrow, see if I can get some springs to get that done as well. I'll have to take a measurement so I know what I need. But yeah, and shout out to Ulsa Tools, or not Ulsa Tools, sorry. Shout out to Capri Tools. I've used the Capri Tools for pretty much every aspect of this truck build. I've got their sockets and stuff on everything. I think I dropped the ratchet down there somewhere. Oh, yep, right here. You guys can barely see it. I was using that today to get some bolts tightened down, but they're long 3/8 drive ratchet. We use that today. We use their sockets, use their swivel sockets. Been testing these out so far. No issues, man. They hold up really nicely. So they still feel really good. They're not all galled up inside of there. I had some comments the other day. I was looking at the Ulsa tool sockets that I have, the universal sockets, and people were saying that they prefer the pen over the penless. And I thought the penless was supposed to be an upgrade to the penned, but some people say that the pen ones are better than the penless ones. So I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comment section on that. We have to get the lower bumper permanently affixed to the chassis of the truck. We have not done that. We just simply have it mocked up. We do have the provisions welded in to the bumper, so all we have to do is just simply bolt it into the chassis and we're good to go. I don't think the engine is going to come back out of the truck. I think I'm going to pull the transmission out and I'm just going to do what I need to do to the transmission and then put it back in the truck and then bolt it to the engine and call it a day. But we're not going to pull the engine out of the truck. There's no need to do that. And it's going to be just too much work, and I don't think it's necessary. So we're not going to mess around with that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. We did a lot of work, like I said, getting things buttoned up. Getting the wiring harness was a big thing. It was a big expense, $700 expense. I don't make enough money off of YouTube to counteract or what's the word I'm looking for? Pay me to do that, I guess, if you will. So that came out of my own pocket. So that's just a lot of money that I had to come up with. We still need to get the shifter, which is $475. We still need to order our brake booster. We still need to order our brake pedal and accelerator pedals. We need to order our radiator and our electronic fans. Got to get some measurements on that. I think based upon the layout of this truck and the width of it, I pretty much know for a fact. I don't know if I have enough room here. That's the only concern I have, is this room here, because I need to measure the height. I know the width will be fine, but I got to measure the height of a stock radiator from a Z28 Camaro. The Z28 Camaro utilizes a 5.7 liter V8, and that radiator should be more than enough to handle this 4.3 liter V8. So if I can get that radiator and the fan assembly, then we should be good to go. So maybe tomorrow we'll do a twofold. We'll do a little work on the truck, and then we'll go to the junkyard and see about pulling that radiator, see if we can get that purchased, and that'll be one big ticket item off of our list of things to do. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I appreciate the support. I think I covered everything. So until the next video, catch you guys. Peace.